All right. We are back. So, one of the questions that I'm trying to answer is figure out, okay, now that we are about on the verge of changing over our SQL database, we're changing our schema. How do we actually want to change it so that we don't have to change it multiple times? And so, the thing that I need to consider is okay, how am I actually going to use all of these entities within the SQL database? Now, I have ads, okay, that's great. I have ads belong to campaigns, so there's a one to many relationship between one campaign can have many ads, but each ad can only belong to one campaign, okay? Then we also have the other entities such as the targeting rules, and that is applied to the ads, like which ad you. What was targeting rules? Targeting rules is based off of not ads, sorry, it's campaigns, and it's talking about like the type of ads that you're looking for. And then we have the the metrics, the daily metrics, which we have not integrated into our C Sharp project yet. And then what I want to do, okay, so that's kind of what we have now. And actually, I should probably look to make sure that I have the targeting rules correctly because I hesitated on that. But okay, so that's kind of currently what we have. And ultimately, what I want to be able to do is I want to have a request come in to my service, and based off of this request, I am going to try to find if the there and I want multiple different kind of requests. I want to be able to serve a homepage ad that doesn't have any information. It's just kind of the highest bidder. Okay. Then I also want to be able to serve a video ad. And what I mean by video ad is an ad on a specific video. So for this, I'm not doing the advertisement is not going to be in a video, but rather you can kind of think about it as on YouTube, you know how you have the video, but then there's also like an ad to the right hand side, and it's just a photo, it's a picture. Um, so that's what I'm meaning, but it's attached to a video. Okay. So what I want is the video is going to have a description, and for video ads, I want a different functionality than homepage ads. Okay, so homepage ads should just be serving the highest bidder. Okay, it's going to be a pure auction. Then for the video ads, I want to be able to identify the video, understand the context of that video, perform a semantic search, and then serve an ad that is most similar to that video. Okay. So now how can I represent this in SQL? So I'm also going to need, I'm just trying to think out loud of all the stuff that I need. I also will need to create a database for video descriptions, right? Because I'm not going to want to send that over like uh, send that in my GET request. I don't want to send the entire description because ultimately think about what that would mean is that would mean that I would be because what I'm trying to model is just like I said on YouTube here. So this video, I don't know how long it's going to be. Obviously, I haven't filmed it yet. But this video here, some of my videos go up to like an hour or longer, right? An hour and 40 minutes, an hour and 50 minutes, right? Like I just do my videos until I get tired, I take a little bit of a break, then I come back. So let's just say it's one of my long videos. Let's say it's an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. So in that video, I say a lot of words. Those words are transcribed, and that is the context of the video. Now, if YouTube, who I am pretending to be, okay, the purpose of this project is to get experience and to explore how entities such as YouTube do their advertisement uh, bidding and service. Okay. So I'm filling in the role of YouTube, and now we have an hour and 40-minute video of someone talking, and I don't know how many words I say per minute, but let's just say I do 300 words per minute, right? That's going to be a very massive kind of that's going to be a very massive chunk of data. You don't want to store that and send it over in a GET request every time you want to do an ad, right? So what I would need to do, I'm trying to think, again, I'm just thinking out loud right now. So what I would need to do is I need to have some kind of uh, I'm gonna need to send the video ID. That's all all I want to do is send the video ID. Yeah, that's right. And then I need to have the entire transcript of that video in a database. Sounds correct. At least to me, sounds reasonable. Okay. So, video ID, primary key, and field description, which is a long version of text. And we could even, should we have a vector of that? Should we have a vector? And should this be a separate database, or should it just be a table in our current database? Because it sounds like SQL to me, right? Doesn't sound like anything else. It's not a graph database, okay? So we could store it in Postgres, the exact same database, or the exact same engine, I should say, which means why not the exact same database, okay? Just to add another table. That makes sense. Call it videos. Okay. Now, then the request coming in could have a video ID or it could be null. And then based off of that, I do the semantic search or I don't do the semantic search. Reasonable. Okay. So now how does that affect my ads schema? My ads are also going to need a description, and they need a vector. Yeah. Okay. And then based off of that, I can, if every ad has a description, I can query the entire ads table, find the closest ones, and then there we go. Okay. If it doesn't have or if it's not a video ad, if it's a homepage ad, we just do the highest bidder. Okay. I think I know how to kind of move forward. Let's talk to Gemini and let's see if it agrees with us. And then we can start moving in that direction. Okay. So let me make myself a little bit smaller. Here we go. So this is our combined schema right now that we did in the last video. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is let's just talk with it. What I'm thinking about doing is adding another table to my existing database. In this table, it will be for videos and their description. Okay. The idea behind this would be that there can be two different types of advertisements which are served. The first kind of advertisement is going to be a homepage ad, and this one will not have any kind of description associated with it, associated with the request. Okay. The second kind of advertisement will be a video advertisement, meaning an ad that is displayed alongside a video. In this context, when a request is made, I have a video ID that is sent over as part of the GET request. Then I am able to take that video ID, search my table for the video ID, get the description and possibly the vector, and then do the semantic search. For homepage ads, because there is no description, I will just, for homepage requests, I will just do what? I will just do an auction for the highest bidding campaign and ad. How does this sound? Can you give me feedback, and if it is good, give me a direction forward? And give me a direction forward. Just tell me how you would suggest it. Okay. So let's press enter, see what it has to say, take a little bit of a coffee break, and then start moving. Okay. So you're moving from a dumb auction. Okay. Yep. Haha. All right. They have run of site ads, homepage, and contextual videos. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Uh-huh. Okay, so conceptual feedback. Strong logical split. Your logic for handling the presence or absence of video ID is clean. Data enrichment. You're using the database to hydrate the request. Database to hydrate the request. Instead of the client sending a giant video. Yes! 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 They send a small ID, and the server does the heavy lifting. Yes! Efficiency. By pre-calculating the video vectors and storing them in a table, the bid engine only has to perform a math comparison, not a generation step during the auction. Correct! Okay, latency. Adding a lookup, video ID to vector, plus a search adds time. Since ad auctions need to happen in milliseconds, we need to ensure the indices are sharp. Okay. Another thing is, and we haven't actually looked into this very much, but we do have a Redis database. I need to look into that more. Okay. So, should we incorporate a Redis database into this, like a video ID and vector? So that would be pretty fast, right? Okay. The database direction. We can do that later, though. I think, okay, I'm thinking about it, going through it in my head. We can do that later. What we can do is first implement the SQL part. Then we can just add Redis to it. Yeah, I like that direction. That's where we're going to go. Okay. The database direction, the video table. To implement this, you need to add a videos table to your init SQL. Yep, makes sense to me. And then seed some data. So values, so we have title, description, and embedding. So embedding is just here. We're just filling random stuff. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So now the logic direction. Okay. Yeah, so create table, and we're going to have IDs, title, description is going to be text, embedding is here, and then create it at, okay, a timestamp, and then see it. Okay, so targeting rules, campaign here, so it sounds like we're going to put it somewhere in here. Okay. So, can do this, and then we want to move this down, seeding, campaign, seeding, semantic search, and seed a test video. Okay. So this seems reasonable here. Okay. The logic direction, the branching strategy in my bid selector. Okay, we can think about this later. I just wanted to make sure that it agreed that I wasn't completely off base on what I was thinking in terms of the ads. Okay. Or the database schema, sorry. If you're ready to build this, here are the order of operations. Update the SQL. Okay. So now, okay, some seed videos here. Update the C# models. Create video.cs in my shared. Right, because now we need to connect it to the C#. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that they know about the videos. Update the request. Modify the bid request to see if it has a video ID. Okay. And then, okay. So now, what I can do is, we still needed to come in here and do the migrations. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this into here and say, here is my current initial schema. Okay, and now we still need to do the migrations, right? I still have not run this script yet, and I remember you were telling me I need to do a migration. Okay. Okay. So because I have this ready, you're about to create a perfectly synchronized environment. The reason I mentioned a migration is the entity framework is currently confused. Its internal snapshot thinks you're still using the complex JSON workaround, but your database is about to use native vector type. Here's a plan to align the three truths: SQL script, C sharp, and the migration history. Okay, so there's three things that I'm trying to keep in order. So we already renamed the four old SQL database scripts with the back. So this kind of just invalidates them and they're not going to run. Okay, save my new script here. Good. Run this command to wipe the old data and start fresh. Okay. I just want to do this actually. I don't know, because it's already down. I don't know if this will. Okay, so it did. Okay. Update the C sharp blueprint. Now we need to make your C sharp code match the new SQL. So we deleted the volume, which means that our current, all of the ads which are inside of the database, gone, done. Just like when we upload to GitHub and the GitHub Actions trigger, it's a fresh start. Now, these volumes are gone, it's a fresh start. But what we need to do is we need to align my C sharp code to be able to have that updated. We need to change my C sharp code such that it now uses that vector. Because if we look here, we did some really weird stuff to try to get these two. We did some really weird stuff to try to get this vector here, okay? So what we need to do is, I think, what I'm guessing we're going to do is like this. We're just going to comment out all of this. And we say no to you. All of it. No. And now we should do something very similar to entity. Do I need to turn off inline? Oh, no. We already... Okay, good. Property. Okay, and then E is mapped to... What are we trying to map it to? The table name. So E dot... Or the column name. And we want embedding, right? Yes, embedding. Okay. And then... Yeah, has column name like this, and we're gonna, what do we call the column name? Where's ads? Ads, column name is lowercase embedding, okay? Should be the same, I think. Like this, but then we also want has column type, right? Has column type vector, maybe? Alright, so this is the way that I would try it. Column type, like this, and there. I don't know if that's correct. We're going to look at Copilot and see if it says it. Okay, description has column name, description. That's fine. Okay. Why does this one not need to have type, though? Let's see. What did it say? Yeah. column name, column type. So also add the new video mapping. Okay, so we're gonna deal with the videos later. That's later. First question is actually maybe I don't want to forget about it. Okay, so create here, right? So now model builder dot entity. This is something that I want to investigate as well. Like, how are we doing this? Something that I've been confused about for a little while, but I know, like, I can look at it and be like, okay, well, I see what it's doing, but I don't actually, like, model builder, okay, and then this entity for a targeting rule, which is a class, and then this is, I know that this is doing the mapping and translation between SQL and my C sharp, and then we're passing in entity, right? Like there, and I don't, as I've said many times in this project, I don't like these anonymous functions because it's very confusing about what's happening. But anyways, okay, so I'm trying not to look to my left. So model builder what? Model builder and the table name, which is going to be videos, but I don't have this class yet. So I need to create this class, and that will need to be in shared. So let me go into shared. Shared here, okay. And I will actually need to create a new one called videos or video.cs. Okay. So now I want, probably have to use name, let's see, namespace of, and where are we? Shared, no, bitengine shared, bitengine dot shared, yes, okay, like this, and class, public class called what? Video. Okay, why videos? Video, right? It should be video. Public class video. Okay. Is this why is this unhappy though? What's wrong with it? Let me check the, yeah, it's correct. Right? Hold on. Class 1. Oh, just no thing around namespace. Happy now? Okay. And then this can go over here, and then video is going to, we're going to have a, does it need a constructor? I'm not sure. But what do we need? We need a, so public GUID for ID, okay. We need public what? String, which could be nullable. Description, yes. We need a public what? Vector? Oh man, how do I represent this in C sharp? PG vector. Can I do PG? Can I actually do that? So then I would need using PG vector public PG vector could be nullable for vectorized description. Why are you unhappy? PG vector is a namespace. Okay. Dot vector. Sounds right. Sounds right to me. Okay. All right. So we created that. I don't know if it's right, but we created it. Now I can put video in here. And then I'm just looking up here. Okay, so then we do this and we have entity goes to this here. Entity dot to table. Which table are we setting this up to? This one is going to be in my schema for videos. Where is video? Videos here. Okay. Videos, okay. Entity dot has key is going to be mapped to what? E dot ID. Is that right? Is that what they did there? Yeah. Has column name ID. Okay. Ooh, why am I not seeing it? Has, oh wait, no, sorry. Okay. Now entity property. Entity dot property here. E mapped to E dot something, and then has column name dot has column name here, and then quotes in there and the semicolon. Okay. Okay. And now how many columns do we have? It should align 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. And we are going to have E dot ID, E dot description, and E dot vectorized description. This is going to correspond to my schema here, which is going to be ID. Okay. Oh, we also have a title. Okay. So we're going to come in here and we are going to say public string title. Okay. And then we're going to say the same thing. Title. Okay. And what else are we going to have? Created at, timestamp, created at. Do we care about that? What do our other ones look like? Let's take a reference. Shared campaign cache, created at. Do I care about that? No, the campaign cache is Redis. Do I have like a date time or whatever? Oh, these are services. What am I doing? Campaign. Here we go. So we're probably going to have to change this, though. Date time created at. Okay, fine. That we do. We have a date time created at. So it's matching everything. Okay. So that means I want to come into videos and I want to do public date time here created at this here another one and this one is going to be created at that object. Then we go into the schema and we just okay, created at here. Let me move this there. Come on. Oh no, this one. Okay, created at has column name created at. Vector has name embedding here. Embedding description has, it's called just description. Okay. Title has title and ID has lowercase ID. Okay. And ID. ID. Okay. So now we have that. Okay, so video here, to table, you have videos, okay, video entity, and then property embedding. Oh right, we're gonna, this one is a little bit off. Okay. Right. Because this one has, we need to say what type it is, right? Has column type. Okay. Has column type of what? Of a of this. Okay. So I'm letting C# know that it is this, right? Okay. So now the alignment migration. I don't know that this is correct, but this is just the way that I'm thinking, or that I'm at right now, and then we'll try to fix things as they spring up. Even though the database already has these tables because of the first, entity framework needs a migration to check its homework, the concept. When you run, do I have any more coffee? I don't like migrations. I'm just saying it right now. I don't like migrations. I've said it like 20 times in this project because I I never had a phobia of this before. Now as of 2 days ago, I have a phobia of it. I don't like database migrations. Okay. The alignment migration. Even though the database already has these tables because of my initialization, yeah, it needs to check its homework. When you run this migration, entity framework writes a file that says, I expect the database to have a vector column. When the app starts, it checks the database and sees that the column already exists, thanks to your SQL script, and says everything looks good. Okay, run these commands in my terminal. Okay. why .NET database update is safe here, since my init script used create table, your migration also wants to create tables, okay? You might see an error, table already exists, don't panic. This is why idiom, item potent, item potent, okay, whatever. SQL, so this is when we said create table if not exists. So we did that if not exists part. If you get this error, you can manually tell it if. Okay, direction forward. So now what I might be able to do is I have my two tabs open here. I don't know if this is going to work. Docker compose build. Let's see if it builds. Okay. All projects up to date. Is it working? So far, no build errors. Okay, okay. So now Docker compose up. And did it say that we have to do any special flags for the up command? I don't know where it said it. I thought it was at the beginning of this video or something. Up, and then in the background. I don't want it in the background. I want it in the foreground. Okay, so it's gonna go and do all of this. Okay. My goodness. Grafana is, we don't even use Grafana right now. Okay, so I'm gonna come here and I am going to see if I'm able to get an ad. So we have our web page, and I'm gonna click this and see if things update or if it's like completely broken. Nah, it's completely broken. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay. Fetch failed here. Okay. What is port 8081? Okay. Error fetching bids. Okay. So copy this over and paste this into Gemini here. So I'll say when I start my project and then attempt to query an ad from my front end. Oh, whoops. Copy. Fine. Copy this. Paste there. Okay. Okay, it tells your front end is trying to talk to ad server or bid engine, but the door is locked. Either the service isn't running or the front end is looking at the wrong door. Fast to start takes longer. Okay, wait, hold on a second. No, it's still not working. Your logs show Kafka is still recording new controllers. Grafana is getting ready. It's highly likely that your front end listening on port 8081. Is my backend like not running right now, maybe? Not this one, it's this one. Maybe my backend is just like not running. Okay. So I can do docker ps, okay. Paste that into there, and then here I should look for Grafana, Redis, Postgres, Zookeeper, adds Bitengine here, okay. So yes, it is. It looks like my Bitengine is up because I see the Docker container, but I'm still unable to get it. Do you have any ideas for what I can do? Okay. Wait for Postgres to initialize the new vector image, which should be. The front end is simply too impatient. 30 seconds and then refresh the browser. I mean, it's been way more than 30 seconds now, right? And we still get the error. Okay. It has been over a minute now. Alright. It's likely due to a networking. Okay, so in Docker containers don't use local hosts, they talk to each other. Alright, so this means my Node.js frontend is trying to hit an IP address directly. IP addresses are. Alright, let's look in our. I have way too much stuff open right now. So now we're gonna go into our front end, our node front end project here. And I am going to look at index.js and I want to see. Looks like we are doing it the correct way. And then fetch Bitengine. Yeah. Okay, to ensure your application. If you are using the default .NET Docker 80 to 80, replace bit engine with whatever service name. It looks good to me, yeah. Looks correct. It means the front end is successfully finding the house, the IP, but nobody's answering the door. It's likely my bit engine is listening on port 80, but my front end is knocking at 8081. Okay, so let's now then go to my bit engine. So close this, bit engine controllers, okay, here. Where do I actually set up? This one, and then program.cs, wherever that one is. Program.cs here. And where do I set up the port? But I was getting it, right? Docker logs. Okay. So let's... Oh, it's probably the float. It doesn't like the float anymore. I think that's what's going on. Because we haven't changed that yet, right? Native vector. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to get out of this, right? Okay. We get out of this, and now what I'm going to do is now we need to go and change that vector. So where is it? Shared video CS. I think we did this. I think this actually is correct. We'll see. So I need to campaign, and then we go to add. So yeah, this one. I think we need to change this to be what I had in the other one. Okay, so this error is the final hurdle in our native vector transition. The reason your container is crashing is that the database now knows what a vector is. Your C# code hasn't been told how to map a float to that specific Postgres type, okay? In the world of pgvector, the InPG SQL library expects a specialized C# class called vector from the pgvector package rather than a standard float. I think I was on the right track. Or it needs a specific configuration to allow float to be treated as a vector. Okay, fix and update your program.cs. For Entity Framework to understand pgvector, you must register the vector extension at the data source level. So for your builder service in program.cs, So what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we are going to go into program.cs as well because it keeps telling me to go there. Let's see. So connection string, where are we building data source? Go on. App DB context options, use data source. Okay. So builder services, app DB context here. Okay, add DB context, app DB content, options. Okay, options dot use MPG SQL here. Now, instead of data source, we have builder configurations, get configuration string, O, and then O use vector. Okay. So I'm going to say this is what I currently have in my program.cs. Is this correct? Okay. Update appdb context. Okay, that's what the other thing that I need to do. Has column type. Yeah, we did this. The other thing that I'm thinking might be causing this issue is in the actual class that I define what the table is, I still have the float value. And then I will show it what I mean. Okay. Is actually perfectly correct. You are using the data source builder pattern, which is the most robust way of handling. Okay, it ensures the low-level driver and entity framework are both on the same page. However, the unhandled exception you saw, database, here's exactly what's happening and how to fix it. The conflict between float and vector. In standard C# Postgres mapping, float normally maps to real. Okay. Is a specialized type that to map to specific PG vector class. When you told entity framework map this float array, okay, to vector column, entity framework looked at its internal list of allowed pairs and said, I don't know how to turn a standard float into a specialized PG vector. The solution, use vector type. So go into adds, yeah. Use PG vector, okay. Yep. Just like I did for the other one. So it's using and then PG vector, okay. And then come in here and we get rid of the adds. Where are ya? There it is. Okay, so I am going to, and I like to do this just to see what I, hold on, what do we have to? Hold on, what's going on here? Oh, that was a comment, okay. This, and now we say public and then pg vector dot vector, okay, and then it can be nullable, I think, and we call it embedding. And with the get and set. Okay, so I think I don't need the PG vector because it's already part in the namespace. Embedding. Okay, now in videos I can do the same thing. I can just say vector like this, and then, oh, I need the get set for all of them. Okay, fine. Is it, did it wake up? No. Okay. So now I'm gonna say, oh, is it, it's taking a little while to think. Here is the new class that I created called video. Does everything look good in this one as well? Alright. Okay. Few minor pro tips for classes to make this class production ready and ensure it plays perfectly with, I suggest, to avoid nullable warnings, it's good practice to initialize strings to empty. Okay. Equals string dot empty, I think was like this. Oh, I can't see it, but I think it would, no, maybe not. String dot empty with no parentheses. Okay. So we still need this? Okay, we'll figure out why we need that. Well, it doesn't like it, so maybe it's because we don't have this. Okay. Okay, so what was the problem? So to match the column name in init SQL, we named column embedding. No, we didn't. Wait, hold on. I don't think we did. Did we? Did we? Did we? Databases. This one. Videos. Embed. Ah, we did. Okay. Embedding. So I actually just want to change it. So I'm gonna say previously I called this name this C# field as so I needed this one. But now I am doing what? Changing the name of my C# class to match the database's name. Okay. Now I'm going to call this embedding. Embedding, which means that we also need to tell the, where'd it go? App DB context, wherever it is. Not migrations. Come on. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Not controllers. Where is it? Here it is. Now, yep, this no longer exists. And you are here. You're embedding. Okay. 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 So now we got that. Okay, timestamp. Since DB handles created at, you can tell C# to stay out of it. Okay, so now what I want to try is I want to rebuild it. So docker compose build, okay? And then run it again, see if we're able to get an add. If we are, then I'm going to go back and look and try to get the knowledge and information, learning from it. Okay, built both of those. Docker compose up. We will let it run. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, no, I didn't touch my. I was about to say, oh, I need to delete my volumes, but I didn't touch my scripts, so it's okay, I think. All right, so now I want to come. We'll let it do its thing. Kafka's jumping. Okay. Are you good now? Usually it takes. Come on. Okay, so it's still unreachable, which means it is time for our favorite model. Okay, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Hold on. Mr. Copilot, where are you? I need your help. Where'd it go? Oh, wait, hold on. Here. And then... Is it there? No. This is just trying to be annoying. Okay. Where did my... Wasn't it an option like... It takes up so much space here, but when you actually need it, it's difficult to get it. Okay, so I'm gonna close you. Okay. Mm, mm, Gotcha. 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 There it is. Okay. I was looking for that one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is say I changed my database SQL initialization scripts and changed my actual database from the standard Postgres Alpine database to one that has PG vector. I then attempted to change my C# code such that I would be able to match the new updated fields for the vectorization. My goal with this upgrading is to allow my ads to have a PG vector and a description that allows me to do a semantic search. I also created, yes, that's correct. I also created what? I also created a video class to represent the new video objects, which I will want to link up with my SQL, period. I don't, okay, good. I'm gonna say, the problem which I am experiencing right now is when my front end goes to attempt to query for an ad, the bid engine is not returning the ad. I'm gonna fix this problem. All right. So we're on 52% right now. Okay. Is it making noise? I think it is. I have not heard it make noise before. Okay. Well, there's that, I guess. Do a curl, yep. Hold on, there's a zoom. Whoop. Are you guys hearing that too? I don't know if it's coming through on the YouTube video. Did. Okay. Okay. Hopefully it does. Oh, we should have probably committed my changes. Oof. Because Copilot has a way of just erasing exactly what you were trying to perform. Okay. Last time Copilot went in and just like nuked my project. Oh no. Oh no, I don't like this. What oh no. What's going on? I see a lot of red. Compose, okay, fine, just try it. I should have done a commit before I talked to Copilot. I forgot to do that. Darn! That was a mistake. We're still in 52. It wants to look at the logs. Okay. Okay, now it's doing the migration. Okay. So now it's doing the I never did the migration part. So maybe it's because I thought we didn't need to because we just like started over with a new volume. Okay. But I think the migrations are now like out of didn't. Uh, so we're still doing migrations, okay. Videos already exist, okay. $54. Okay, hold on. It did something else. So in migrations, if that's all it did, okay, it's doing things to, it looks like more migration stuff. I'm not too worried about, okay. I just don't want it to delete all of my other stuff because I forgot to save. I forgot to save. Come on. Think next time. Build succeeded. Okay. Yes. Compose up. Okay. What are we on right now? We're still on 54. Okay. What's happening? Okay. Well, am I back yet? Okay, I'm back. My computer obviously is not very powerful. So it's trying to do the Docker and not able to not able to record at the same time. We got the logs, seeing if everything is okay. It wants to perform that what a post request. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. It looks like we got something back. I think that's an ad. So if that is so, okay. So it's gonna print out what it did. I want to come in here. Is my Docker running? Okay, no. I want to come in here. I want to do Docker compose. No, actually, I don't want to do it here. I want to do it here. Docker compose up. I'm going to do Docker compose up. I'm going to let it run. Okay. Then I'm going to go test it, see if I get an ad. If I do, I'm going to save it. Then it's time to investigate. Then it's time to gain that knowledge of what was my problem? How did Copilot just fix it? And then how are, like, I think I paused again. I think I'm paused. It's my computer's pretty hot too. Well, okay. Are we back? Okay. So, anyways, if it is successful, then I need to figure out, well, what did we do at the beginning of this video, right? So there's a lot that we need to figure out. How did we solve that problem? But then even before we solved the problem, what did we do? for all of the I really want to start digging into how is that translation actually working. And then we had the migration. I need to understand a little bit about that. Even though I don't like migrations, I still need to go and learn it. Okay, not this one. We need to go here and then refresh this page. Let's see. Are we gonna get an ad? Come on. Yes! 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 We got it. We got it. And then if we do this, it should refresh with a new one. So then, hold on. Are we getting the same ad over and over? So this, what changed here? Create the database. It's the same thing. Sure, keep all of this stuff. Well, apparently it worked, so keep all this. Okay. Okay. So now I want to come in, I want to save my work. Get status here. Whoa, whoa. Stop making that noise. Get add. What is going on? Attempted. No, not attempted. What? How should I say it? Added a new. Started working to add real vectorization to the database instead of the previous method of bypassing vectorization by declaring float arrays. Okay, yeah. Then I did what? Changed the Postgres Docker image from the standard Alpine image to a image that is able to have PG vector. Okay, yeah. And then what else did I do? Adjusted my C# code to match the new database schema. Okay. Git push origin, and then I want to do feature semantic search, and hopefully it will go. Okay. New branch was created. We should be able to verify that here. Let me refresh things. I still do not like the fact that this one, I still don't like the fact that it seems like we're getting the exact same ad every single time now. Yeah. So something is wrong. So 2 ahead of main, yeah. Okay. But for right now, what I need to do is we'll work with that later. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the video off here, and then in the next video, I'm gonna go and investigate What did it say that it did? So I'm going to try to investigate this right here. Then I'm going to try to investigate, okay, well, before we fixed it, what did we do? How is everything working? Okay. And then we have some new migrations, so we get a look at that too. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to join me on this journey, subscribe. I would love to have you around. And thank you. Yeah, thank you for watching. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I'll see you guys in the next video.